Renegades is awesome. Transformers Prime is awesome, and they're so awesome in their own right that we want to let those things like carry out as far as they can. But yeah, that'll just.
But to give you a glimmer of hope, let's see. They're both being produced by the same studio. There's one guy who's running both shows. If there was ever a chance,
the network loves that idea.
If there was ever a chance, this is probably it. So we'll see what we can do.
I just want to let the Hasbro people in the room know a lot of people want to see something like this happen. So please consider it in the future.
Afternoon, guys. I was wondering, like, okay, I'm thinking Renegades is going to be more like Resolute, where eventually someone's going to get hurt. Who's going to fix them up? Doc or Lifeline?
Doc Line.
Doc Line.
We do have one of those characters in the show so far.
Good afternoon, guys, and thank you guys here for Hasbro for coming. This question here with the boys here from the Rise of Cobra, winding down here after Pursuit of Cobra. Are there plans for merchandise here for Renegade?
You know, right now we're focused on debuting on the show, but read between them.
That's your answer? Really? The show is owned by Hasbro.
This is a Renegade show panel.
If there was going to be a Renegade toy here, is it going to be following the same line with the 3/4 and 3.75 inches scale, or is it going to be like 6x6? If you have that kind of vision.
No, I mean, at this point, with what Real American Hero showed and the movie line, you know, that's the right scale for Joe right now. Doesn't mean we won't do other scales. You'll, at the appropriate time, Toy Fair, whatever that might be, you'll see what we got coming up, and you'll be excited if you're a fan of what we already did.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hi guys, just two quick questions actually. For the longest time, this character has been heavy duty. Originally it was Roadblock, and we had heavy duty. Now we're going back to Roadblock. What was the decision? Why do that? Why change it? Is it two separate characters? Is it one character?
Yeah, they're two different characters. You know, when we were making the film, the answer we've given in the past is, you know, Roadblock has a lot of things to him. He eats the rhyme, he cooks, you know, all these things. And if he couldn't be represented that way, you know, in the film or in the shows, you know, let's not misuse how the character is treated. Now that we're starting over and kind of going from this origins point of view, we can reintroduce this character and what he's about from going forward. So, but you know, that's why the two separated.
But I will tell you that for our show, both of those guys figured prominently. So.
Okay, so what kind of Roadblock are we going to be getting? Is it going to be like a serious Resolute type, or is it the rapping chef from somewhere?
That's not serious?
No.
And my next question is, what size cast are we looking at? I mean, are we going to have 40 different characters in the show? Are we looking at just like 12, or is it just every episode might have a new character and then he's not going to appear for a while? Or
37. The first 10 and 42 after.
We focus on a core group initially, and then, quite honestly, most of the way through. There will be guest characters that weave in and out. There'll be some who come back for 3 or 4 episodes in the first 26, or 5 or 6 in the first 26. But I do think that one of the things we want to try to do is really focus in on a core group. So you get to know those characters, you're on this path with them before we really start blowing it out to where there's 100 characters. But again, chances are some favorite character of yours from Pantheon of G.I. Joe is going to figure into some story along the course of this first season.
Thank you guys very much.
We actually have time for one more question on this that was really fast. And so what do you got?
I was actually curious about what level, both in toy design and in writing, is what's going to be the level of military realism? How much research is involved in how people in the military actually act, what they do for strategy, and how much realism can incorporate to this 15 minutes into the future technology you'll be representing?
That was always the balance, is trying to get the balance between the realistic and the fantastic. classic. I know Henry and I had many conversations about what rank is everybody and how would they address one another. And all I can say is we solved it, and we do have them address each other pretty consistently. So we do have pretty consistent established ranks for these characters.
Yeah, and as far as like the technology, the defense technology, we wanted it to be 15 minutes into the future. It's Starbucks. It's current cutting edge military technology. Some of it's a little.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we wanted to keep it real. That was really the point of it.
I mean, there's always an edge of the fantastic. But for example, when in a movie when nobody ever ducks for cover, you know.
Well, our characters
Our guys are
duck.
There's lots of ducking.
Yeah, you got it up, man.
It's something for training.
Thank you very much. All right, one last question.
Could you indulge us with addressing some of the technologies you use, whether you create your own characters using Maya and rig them yourself, or do you use Poser and evolve or develop them from there? And also on the post-production, you use Premiere or some of the other programs?
We draw. It's a 2D show. It all starts from sort of pencil and paper, to be honest. They may use Cintiq, they may use something else, but it starts there. And then it's actually, certain artists have certain things they like to work with. In post, same thing. There's certain editors like to work with certain systems. We try to bring it all in-house, but at the end of the day, it really all starts both for the writers and for the artists.
All right, guys. We want to say thank you for coming out today, but before you go, there is one thing you have to do while you're at Comic-Con. Go over to the Marriott and go check out the Hub Experience, because it's only there that you can go work for Cobra, the last job you'll ever have. You get an awesome